Before 65, if you wanted to get into this country, first of all, you had to have a skill that we needed, like doctors. You had to have a family sponsoring you that took care of your room and board and helped you to learn English and found you work.
Right.
And then you applied for citizenship.
Sure.
Kennedy's law turned it all upside down. So if you were skilled, a doctor, whatever, you were in the back of the line, and the people in the front of the line were illiterates from third world countries.
Right.
So that's why no taxi drivers in New York can speak English.
I think...
But that's the law. That's the law of the land.
I mean, and part of what our country was built on, you know, give us your poor, your huddled masses. Like, we want people to come here, but I don't think I do think people come here for a better life. I mean, what people are willing to do to come here.
When that was written on the Statue of Liberty, people came here with skills and the yearning to be free, and they worked hard at it.
I think what a lot of people, particularly in Los Angeles, because our blood is very I was about to say blue, but that's not, we don't do red and blue. Sorry, what's a blue state? Whatever. People, you know, they get so up in arms when you mention immigrants and it's our right to be here. It's not your right to come to America unless you're American. It's not your right to be here. And I think, sure, come here if you want to work hard, if you want to learn the language. The amount of people that I meet, it's just like, sorry, I don't speak English. I think that's unacceptable. And to look at me with your child and to have the child speaking Spanish to me, and the fact that you aren't doing, my great-grandparents came over here speaking whatever, Polish, but they made sure their kids spoke English.
Oh, yeah, that was a rule in our house.
Righteous indignation, especially in California. We're like, no, why do we have to learn English? It's like, because you gotta. Because all the signs are in other languages. I think it should be illegal to have a sign that isn't in English as well as whatever other language.
Sure, yeah, go to France, try to find a sign in English.
Right.
That's not going to happen because
French are assholes, that's why.
Yeah, but they're very protective of their culture.
Which I always thought the French were assholes, and then I went there, and then I realized that they have the best culture ever. And if I had the French culture, like, they got it nailed down. So do the Italians.
The Italians,
like,
yeah,
some
absolutely.
Of the shittier things like cheating on your wife. But the French, like, that is, if you go to Paris, that's a very special place. And I would be so proud of that. I would be first to protect it if I had that cool of a culture. That being said, I find it infuriating when I go somewhere and the signs are only in Spanish and they speak to me only in Spanish.
Yeah, but that's, again, that started with Woodstock and the multiculturalism,
right?
Which is just a stupid idea.
Why?
Because this is the melting pot. You make a stew, you know, when at the end of making the stew, everything's blended together.
Right.
In other words, you're talking the same language, you have the same culture, you basically honor the same holidays. 4th of July. I don't think there's any. I don't remember there being a 4th of July celebration here in L.A. I don't know, like parades like you have back east or in Texas.
Oh, I think that depends on where you are. I mean, we do fireworks. There's 4th of July. I don't know about that one. There's 4th of July celebrations. We all light off fireworks. I don't think people know why they're buying illegal fireworks and setting them off in the middle of the street. I think holidays tend to get away from us a lot here, and the reason behind things. Like, no one knows why we have a Columbus Day, President's Day, Memorial Day. It's just like, oh, no work. Side note, tangentially related, this is just a fun fact. Before Africans were made slaves, the British tried it out with the Irish because they were closer, and it didn't work because the Irish couldn't survive in the sun. It's not even a joke. It's true.
Yeah, it was the Irish Scots that really settled the South. They were the first ones there,
and they couldn't. Their skin doesn't work. I mean, I'm not even that. I'm pretty white, and I don't.
But you notice that music that we think came from the South, it actually came from Ireland and Scotland.
Like what?
Well, the rhythms of the Irish dance.
Oh, because they were prisoners.
Yeah.
Well, like remember Lord of the Dance?
Yes.
What is it called? Like Irish jig?
Or step dancing.
Everyone grab your step dancing. The reason those people, because they dance, it's very rigid. The reason they put their hands behind their back is to simulate shackles because the Irish were slaves and they would dance like that.
Right.
So these are just things that I know.